Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tardis zone yet again. Yeah, just my end, it just completely went, the screen went white, and I couldn't actually even um, delete the live stream. I had to actually go in and do it on my phone, believe it or not. I was able to delete it then, and it went off straight away. Um, that's just very interesting that we were actually talking about how the media are starting to turn. Um, Absolutely ridiculous. Carry on. To be honest with you, this is a few times this has happened to me, and it's not on. It's not on. As well, I seem to be getting a lot of Facebook bans for some weird reason as well. And I'm not even posting that and up offensive. I'm actually just throwing up my videos, but for some weird reason, I seem to be getting my videos banned on Facebook. Also, I'm losing followers on Twitter as well. I honestly don't know what's going on, but it seems the tide has turned. Do us a favor, guys. Give this stream obviously a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do so. We will be doing reviews of Series 12. Now, I did forget to add the stream for Orphan 55. I don't know what's happening with that at the moment. We're kind of debating whether I go with the StreamYard Pro. So we'll know before Saturday anyway if we're going to get it. And if I do, I'll be live with the panel on Sunday. If not, I'm sure one of the other panel will probably do their own panel for that night. But it's not. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that's just weird. My screen just went completely white, and that was it. It just gone, and then I couldn't delete the stream. That was a bit crazy. Um, that's never actually happened like that before. The stream has buffed my end, and that's how I know there's problems with the stream. There wasn't even buffering, and it just went like that. That was weird. But welcome all back. So I'll see who's in the chat. I know I did this once already, but we see who has joined us again. So Charlotte is back. Welcome. Mike is back. We've got Colin back. Lindsay, Daniel is back. Ian is back. Welcome. We've got Lone Wolf. Gary is here. Welcome, Gary. And that's everybody so far. But thank you. 19 of you is watching straight. Oh, Chris is back. Chris is back. Welcome, Chris. Nice to have you back, mate. That's just weird. It actually hasn't happened that way before. I always get a bit of a warning and I let you know that the stream is about to buff. But some people actually told me that the stream was buffering. But it normally happens my end first and I'm able to warn you. But that was actually a bit weird, wasn't it? And Ian, thanks again for that super chat, mate. It did go through, just in case you are wondering or worried about it. It actually did go through. So thank you, mate, for that. I really appreciate it. And Garbage, who was the first person to give us a super chat on this channel. Thank you all. And Chris says, I'd blame Chris Chibnall, but he doesn't have the technical know-how. I agree with you, because he can't write Doctor Who technically, so he wouldn't know. You're right. Super John is here. Welcome, Super John. Michael Richardson is here. Welcome, Michael. Nice to see you all here. Is anyone looking forward to the Macra Terror? Orphan 55? Some have likened the Gary to Paradise Towers. I don't know how you actually feel about that comparison. You're the best now. Where's Teddy? Cheryl's actually just brought him down to the toilet. But as soon as he comes back up, if he's settled, because I had him on in the first. Do you know what? I'm just using the camera on the. I don't know anything about technology. Oh, I get what you're saying now. I'm slow tonight. Are you not using Vortex? Yeah. I only got that now because I'm I'm stupid. Um, it probably, I'll tell you, if that happened, this stream would be stable anyway. We know that. Paradise Towers was the first story I watched as a child. Memories, says Lone Wolf. Uh, we all know Teddy is the star of the Tardis zone. Of course he is. Of course he is. Teddy is the star. He'll be here in a few minutes. Don't worry. Colin says, "Hi, I had to remember what the company was called." Yeah, yeah. Everybody, actually, there was a person giving out about that, saying that we're not going to call Chris Chibnall out for that. Unless it's lost on me, I don't know why they're offended by that, but someone could fill me in. Raymond Williams is here as well. But again, I'll continue what I was saying before I was actually rudely cut off by whoever decided to end my stream, BBC or whoever it was. But we're back anyway. When the media starts picking up on things like that, as I said, then they start picking on more stuff. And then when you get a newspaper like The Guardian, then you get the rest of the so-called papers that people actually listen to start reporting on it, then you start getting into serious trouble. Now, the ratings are down by 300,000 from the first episode. Guys, can I ask you a question? Because I have to hide a comment there. I'm not going to remove the person because I should have actually said this at the very start. Due to all these new Facebook rules and these new YouTube rules, we can't have any bad language in the live chat. And I know that's actually a bit of a pain because I know people like expressing themselves that way, including myself. But unfortunately, due to these new copper rules, we have to censor any comments like that. So if you want to say something, for example, you want to say, just say F you, right? Or something like that. Or if you want to say, obviously, the SH word, you know what I'm talking about, like poo, use the word poo instead. Just use different words. We cannot have any bad language in the chat. Michael Richardson says he has to go. Michael, look after yourself and thanks for popping in, mate. I'll talk to you really soon, mate. Have a good one. So I should have told everybody at the start of the stream. Sorry, I should put a warning up. And Chris has sent us, I think, is that a Canadian, if I'm right? Tell me if I'm right. I hope I'm right. A Canadian $5. Just wanted to be the first to send Teddy a super chat from Canada. Oh, it is from Canada. Teddy. Where's Ted? Ted. Come here. Come here, buddy. What are you sitting in your house for? Thanks again. Thanks, Chris, for that. Come here, Teddy. You got a super chat. You have to at least come up onto the screen. Come here. Come here. What's wrong with you? Come here to me. Come here. What's wrong with you? Did Mommy say you had to sit in the bed? Where are we? Yeah, I mean, look, this is troubling times for Doctor Who. As I said, the trend has continued on from Series 11. And if it continues, now the third episode, I have to say, the trailer doesn't look great. I mean, we've got the guy from the In-Betweeners with a green wig on him, it looks like, and it's long hair. It just looks a bit. Some people said it looks a bit like Paradise Towers, but someone mentioned as well, it's like a CBeebies show. That's a show that the BBC would have on for the kids, and it does kind of like look kid-like, and you know the story could be good. We don't know, but it's not looking good for Doctor Who right now. Chris sent Teddy a super chat. He said he just wanted to be the first to send Teddy a super chat from Canada, $5 Canadian.
Thank you.
So I'm trying to get Teddy to come up to him.
I'm not
just for a minute.
Biscuit.
Just for a minute.
Mickey.
Just for a minute. Just say hello to Chris.
Say hi.
Oh.
He thinks you're taking his Mickey.
Oh.
He's got a biscuit in there.
Oh. Okay.
Shush.
I don't know what's wrong with him. He's been very he thinks we're gonna take his food or something. I don't know what it is. I think it's just been fireworks here the last couple of days, and it's really thrown him off. Um, People like New Year's is over. You think they'd be finished with the bloody fireworks, but they're not. To borrow a page from Neurotic, use an alternative such as freck, frill, or fudge. Exactly, exactly. Unfortunately, what's happening is YouTube are actually coming down heavy on it, and you know your videos are being flagged and everything. It's ridiculous. Who else have we got? Let's see. Stephanie has joined. Sorry about that, Stephanie. You went a bit crazy there because, as I said, he thinks we were trying because Cheryl gave me Ted and his ball's over there, and he thought Cheryl was going for his ball. He doesn't like anybody touching his field. Um, and she wasn't. She was just going to sit back down on the sofa, but that's how he gets. He just hates his field.
You knocked my stuff over still on the USB port.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize. Sorry. The way the ratings work there will be a drop of 300 for episode 3. There is a carry trade in viewership between BBC and ITV on Sunday from word of mouth on Sundays. ITV has good word of mouth. Yeah, it doesn't look like BBC. Now, I do know that some figures have come in for what's an iPlayer catch up, and it was 1 million. What was it? A 1,200,000 and something, 200 and something, or it could be a little bit more, but it was over a million anyway. So catch up. Apparently those catch up numbers are great, but the problem is that people are saying that these are the numbers, but I don't actually think numbers have actually been. We haven't actually seen any of the numbers yet. I think this is what people are saying. So until we actually see the numbers, but again, 1.5 million added on, is that really still good? If we add that 1.5 million, say, to the people that watched the first episode of Spyfall, is that really good from last year? I don't think it is. Is this the level that BBC are hoping? Is that good enough for them? I mean, that's the question. See, here's the thing now. We've got a battle now. And the thing is what is good enough for BBC is not necessarily good enough for the fans. And the thing about it is, if they think these numbers are good enough, well, then nothing we say is going to make a difference. The ratings will have to continue to slide, to be honest with you. And, there was a bit of shock value in Spyfall Part 1 and Spyfall Part 2. Will there be any shock value in the third episode? See, this is what we have said anyway. Now, it has started off poor the overnights, and I even never expected that. And I always said you will get a true feel of where this series is going by episode 3, 4, 5, maybe halfway through the series. We will know where this series is going. So we're already 2 episodes in, and it's down 300,000 in the overnights. So, what will it be like on Sunday? Well, we'll get those figures Monday. So Monday we will find out how bad it actually is. But this is a worrying trend. And if I were people at the BBC, I would not be dismissing this lightly. This is now time for you to actually sit up in your chairs and take notice. Whoever's running this now, whoever is in charge. Chris Chibnall is obviously not listening. So whoever his boss is, you need to take responsibility now and make the decision that all fans expect you to make now. Chris Chibnall, Jodie Whittaker, the rest of them from top to bottom need to go. It's the only way that you have a chance of saving this series. But you won't do that because you want to save face. But we're telling you now, you are always slow in the uptake when fans try to tell you something. Well, I'm a fan trying to tell you, and I can guarantee you that other fans in the live chat here would say the same thing. It's time for those people to go. If you want to save this show now, you get rid of them. for causing too much damage to the Doctor Who brand. Okay, if the damage was done in Series 11, it does look like they're gonna double down. The difference is that the storytelling from Chris Chibnall is slightly better than that he gave us, but that's still not saying much, right? It's still not saying much. He can shock us with as many little twists and turns as he wants. That's not going to be enough. People want things of substance, and there's not enough substance in Doctor Who right now. He has damaged the brand beyond recognition, okay? And it's shown, right? I mean, the Doctor Who annual for 2020 was selling in an Eastern shop down my way for €2. €2. That's less than one. So it's less than £2 anyway, because the exchange rates. So it'd be 170 something. Like, that's pathetic. 2005, it was selling for £15. £15 is what I was told in 2005. And now they're selling it for €2 here, less than £2 in England, in UK. Absolutely disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. Now, I'll admit this. It has been on a downward trend for a few years now. The end of Matt Smith's era and then Peter Capaldi's era, right? But this could have been saved. We've always said from day one that the problem is showrunners, right? Moffat got a bit. I think he nearly gave up in the end, to be quite honest with you, because some of his writing is dreadful, and some of the stuff that he threw into the episodes is dreadful as well. So this has been happening even at the end of Moffat's run as showrunner. So, and it's continued. And the problem is that after Moffat, they didn't pick the right person to take over. There were better candidates out there, but the BBC chose Chris Chibnall as their choice because they thought, okay, he'll make radical changes that will bring newer fans to the franchise, and it'll reinvigorate the show. Well, it didn't. You isolated the fans. You brought in these so-called progressive fans, these radical what's that word? Ideologues, whatever you're bleeding called, ideologues. Yeah, whatever. You bring these people in, right, and then they start spreading their crap all over Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. They start getting a bit of influence behind the scenes. You see some of them writing for the Doctor Who magazine and other stuff like that. I can't just say I've had a problem with pronouncing some words for ages. I can say the word in my brain, but I can't pronounce it properly. So it's actually it's ridiculous. And then these people get power then, and then the media pick up on that and then think that they're the ones that talk for all the fans. And then we hear that again. I hear the newspaper articles. Fans have taken to Jodie Whittaker's Doctor. No, they haven't. Fans haven't taken to Jodie Whittaker's Doctor, because if you actually spoke to real Doctor Who fans, real Whovians, they have not taken to Jodie Whittaker's Doctor. Simple as that. Because if they did, you wouldn't be in the ratings spin that you're in right now. And this is all we'll get from the BBC. Spin, spin, spin. And you know what the excuse for this weekend was? Well, it was up against Dancing on Ice, but we warned you. We said it. It doesn't matter. It was still up against something that, and let's be honest, Dancing on Ice is feel-good TV. That's all it is. It's feel-good TV. It's people, celebrities on ice. Some of them will make a fool of themselves. Some of them are underdogs and do well, and people like that, right? It got beat. It beat Doctor Who, right? Doctor Who was one of the biggest shows on TV, and it's just become an absolute joke, right? It's getting beaten by Dancing on the Stars or whatever it is. We've got another five Australian dollar super chat from Ian Davison, who says, "Keep going." Thank you, my friend, and you too, and stay safe, my friend. And for everybody that is listening to me from Australia, our thoughts and prayers are with the people of Australia. you know, last couple of weeks, there's been a lot of things going on, but when you see things like that happen in Australia, and then we see the potential of a third world war. Now, I'm in the belief that there's enough sane people out there to stop that from happening, but it can happen. I'm not that naive. It could still happen, okay? But wait, that's what I'm saying. When you see those things, it puts a lot of things into perspective. It does, and you know, to everybody that does follow me in Australia and beyond, that is facing crisis. We wish is all safe and the best of luck, and hopefully they sort out, the government sort out those fires in Australia. It's actually a joke the way they've handled it. From what I've seen in news reports, they haven't handled it very well. So I think after this, and if they can get them under control, I think the Australian people themselves need to be asking what their government is supposed to be doing to protect them. It's absolutely disgraceful. Um, and as I said, I'm not a God fearing man, but when I see something like that, it is absolutely horrible. Um, and spare a thought as well, obviously, for all those poor animals as well. It's yeah, it's a horrible situation. It's a horrible situation. But look, as I said, um, they're the things we should be getting worried about and concerned about and angry about. And yeah, the world's just lost it. 2020, what a start to 2020. It hasn't been the greatest start. But look, I said it last year, didn't I? A few months back, I actually did say 2020 be worse. And I hate to be one of these negative people, but 2020 is going to be worse, unfortunately. But here's the thing, it's what you make of it yourself. You know, the world might go to shit, but if you can try make it better for yourself, do, because nobody else is going to do that for you. So yeah, we just carry on and hope sanity wins in the end. What? I mean, who need World War? Never thought it'd happen. I still don't think it'll happen, to be quite honest with you. I still think there's too many sane people out there. But as you said, in this climate nowadays, I do not know. Everything is unpredictable. But yeah, we'll see what happens anyway. But hopefully, 2020 gets a little bit better. You never know. You never know. Something might break the camel's back, and people might just decide enough is enough, and society changes. But I doubt it. I doubt it. You're buffering again, Noel, on my phone. I thought it started going downhill on Sirius 9, says Lindsay. Well, hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it doesn't bloody go again now. Jesus. Thanks, Lindsay, for letting me know. Raymond Williams has said, "Where are all of these new little girl fans? They have new female hero. The fact is, Doctor Who is of no interest to primary school kids. That's sad." That's the thing. Actually, I have actually found interesting is that you know BBC, even in their promotion, right? They did have that little thing. When was it? Jordan Series 11, didn't they give some girl a trip around the TARDIS, a little girl a trip around the TARDIS? And then, of course, we had Anastasia then for children in need. But we haven't actually seen a lot of kids promote, what I mean, being made part of the promotion or being made feel part of it. Um, it's actually quite interesting that you don't, as well, on social media, you don't see families of their kids watching Doctor Who or in costume or in Jodie Whittaker's costume or stuff like that. Or even adults. I've seen a few, but not many. Most people dress up as Peter Capaldi, David Tennant. You have a few Matt Smith, and that's both male and female fans. Um, it's actually amazing. You get some dressed as Tom Baker as well. I mean, it's it's kind of sad. I mean, even our costume is not. I wouldn't look even as a bloke. I wouldn't wear that costume. And I know some blokes have bravely wore that costume, but you have to buy. I just wouldn't. It wouldn't look right. You have to buy the wig, and you would look. Being honest, I'd make a horrible woman anyway. So like, you know what I mean. Best dressing as a doctor that I actually like, but no, I just like it comes across as kid like, but then when you watch it, the doctor is quite. I mean that radio, that article by the Guardian is actually quite interesting because even the way they describe the way the doctor is, and even the last few lines of the article as well are quite interesting. It's like it has lost its morality. It has lost its soul. But these are things that us fans have been saying since last year, and I just wish the media had focused on the actual how bad the show was instead of actually focusing on the fans and having a go at them at every article that they put out and allowing Chris Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker to use their media as mouthpieces to actually then have a go at fans. And by the way, there's a little clip now. I don't know where it's from, but it's like a two. They've turned it into one of those gifs. Is that what you call it? A gif? Is it a gif? Gif? They turned it into a gif. It's Jodie Whittaker actually saying hashtag not my Doctor Who. And she's saying it real fast, and Tolson Cole and Anik Gill are beside her laughing. Now that's obviously a clip from a bigger interview, but again, this was before the show aired, and she's having a little go at the fans before Series 12 aired, and it's a recent one. So, and then we had that newspaper article. They just can't help themselves. And there's a lot of YouTubers been saying if they just can't help themselves and they'll do it again, they'll double down, they'll do this and they'll do that. And you can already see in 2 episodes they've had a dig at the fans already. They're just not going to give up. Right, what have we got? We've got 10:30. Right, we're going to finish at 11, but I'm going to bring on Daniel because I said I'd bring on Daniel, and we'll have a little discussion about the ratings, and we'll get Daniel's thoughts. Just before we start, just remember, guys, to keep the live chat clean, and also if you're when we do the phone-ins again, we will try get a few phone-ins done. We will have to keep the language out of it. I even have to make a proper effort now not to go overboard with the language because they're really hitting us. It's actually, YouTube didn't have to go down this route, and they were told, but they decided to go down this route anyway, which is sickening. Gary made a similar observation about one of the Comic Cons he went to. Yeah, I remember Gary actually saying that he was there and it was dead. Look, there's not even the hype. I mean, seriously, right? You see, this is why these episodes have been super hyped, because the series there was no promotion of this series really. If you look at it, if you look at it, there actually wasn't much promotion for this series. They've thrown it out January 1st, right? It's going to be finished by March, right? It's just, I don't know. It's just something. There's just something. I don't think they're even confident in it themselves. I don't, you know what? I don't think BBC are surprised by these numbers, but why they haven't acted upon it is beyond me. Um, so again, I did a video in November where I asked fans to boycott Series 12. Now, if you have boycotted so far, well done, fair play to you. If you haven't and you have watched the first two episodes of Spyfall, but you are disappointed, I would ask you from here on in not to watch any more Series 12 of Doctor Who. If we want BBC to listen, it has to continue to lose ratings. They're not going to do anything until it gets so low that they actually have to act. They will actually have to act, and that's the only way. Now, 300,000 they've lost from Spyfall 1 to Spyfall 2. So fans are tuning out. We need that to continue to happen. So if you have watched the first two episodes because you wanted to see what it was like to give it a fair and proper judgment, okay? And if you don't like it, well then, as someone has said, Dancing on Ice is fabulous. Go and watch Dancing on Ice instead of Doctor Who. Okay, and let's bring these numbers down to a point where BBC say, okay, we have to do something here. And trust me, they will, because if the numbers get so low, they've no choice. They're not going to let Doctor Who completely go down the tubes, because I honestly do believe that they don't want it to go down the tubes. They want to keep making Doctor Who as long as they can, because they know Doctor Who can be a cash cow for them. Okay, they just chose the wrong man, right? And they're like anything, right? It's like a football team, right? A football team will buy a striker for, say, 30 million, right? They'll be expecting a lot from that striker, but then he comes in and he flops, right? The thing about it is they have to hold on to that player, right, for at least a year, year and a half. Hold on for a minute, buddy. Do you want to come up? Come here. They have to hold on to that player, or if nobody wants him, they'll have to hold on to him till at least his contract. So this is the thing with the BBC. BBC are in a similar position, right? They got into bed with Chris Chibnall, and basically then they realised after the fact that they had got it wrong. But because they were too far in bed with him, they couldn't pull out. So what basically happened was, instead of actually sacking him like they should have done after Series 11, they decided to let him go and do Series 12, right? And fans have decided enough is enough. Now, BBC need to get to that point, don't they, Ted? And we've been telling them for haven't we, Ted? How long have we been telling them? I know, buddy. I know. We've been telling them a long time. They haven't even been listening to us, which is the sad thing. They've had every opportunity to course correct. Now, Chris Chibnall will say this is a bit of a course correction, because what he gave us in Series 11 was actually nothing like what he's given us right now. Like, the writing, whether people like it or not, the writing has improved. The problem is that it's still not good enough. It's still not Doctor Who. It's not good enough. Sasha was a great. The only thing that I would say is positive from Series 12 so far. We don't know how the rest of this series is going to go, but you've already got someone in the next episode that's wearing a green wig. That's all you need to know. This is, I don't know. It just doesn't look great, does it, Ted? Does it? Say hello to all those guys. Say hello. Say hello. If you all like the doggy, you all love Ted, don't they? You all love Ted. If you are going to show Ted some love, do me a favour, hit that like button. Isn't that right, buddy? Tell them. Say, hit that like button if you like me. Come on, say, hit the like button. Say, hit the like button. Yeah. Now, lovely dog that says Ed. Thanks, Ed, and welcome to the chat. Welcome, Stephanie, as well. He said, Lone Wolf says those eyes and gives you a love heart smiley face. There you go. Now, they all love you. Let me see who else we got. See if there's any more Teddy comments there. Stephanie gives you a little Teddy. Ian gave you a little Teddy. Oh, now and you got two gold love hearts too. Look. Oh, now. Now, do you want to? Okay, buddy. Goodbye. Stephen Cassidy says, I think the pacing has got a lot better, but it's still a full hour of watching, which is too long. I do agree the pacing is a lot better and he has improved on that, but it's still not, the writing's still not up to scratch. And that is the problem. And also, I will point out that Jodie Whittaker, Manip Gill has seemed to have gotten worse, even though she's getting a bit more dialogue. Tolson Cole and Bradley Walsh now seem a little bit, Bradley Walsh got to play a bit of a clown with the laser shows. Now I did like that and I thought it was funny, but then when I was thinking back about it, that's all he kind of done. It was ridiculous, and then he was panicking on the plane. So, I mean, those two companions now that got some attention last season, I feel are not going to get enough. See, this is again the problem that we've always said in this channel. Too many companions. But why have they got too many companions? Because Jodie Whittaker doesn't have the screen presence. But what happens is that when you do have that many people and you have to fit them in, it just doesn't work. And we're seeing it right now. Let me see. Super Ted. With the last series, my friend checked his watch after 20 minutes. Yeah, I mean, the one thing I will say about the first two episodes, they have been interesting enough for me to sit there and watch them. But again, the thing that's not saying much because you're not getting that enough substance. Well, you're getting some substance, but it's not enough. It's not at the level that it should be. And also, everybody knows me feelings on the end of Spyfall 2. I could hardly talk and still now even thinking about it. So RTD, when he brought his era back, Gallifrey was gone. Moffat tried and brought Gallifrey back. And then Chris Chibnall comes along and destroys it again. Now, I've heard arguments for and against this. All I'll just say is that I'm against this because Chibnall's not doing it so he can try bring them back again. Chibnall is doing it because it's another piece of that jigsaw. So we've got Unit gone, Torchwood is gone, Gallifrey is gone. And I'm probably missing loads of other things that are gone. But he's slowly but surely retconning everything. And some of us in the YouTube community know exactly where this series is going. And I'm just going to say, before I was really trying to get optimistic. Then we got that whole article and then they brought me back down to earth. But then when I saw Spyfall, the first episode, and I will admit this, I know there's YouTubers out there that didn't like it off the bat, but there was things that I did like, and I thought it was actually not a bad episode. And I'm still going to say that I don't think Spyfall 1 was a bad episode. There was enough of an interest in it to keep you interested to watch the second episode. That's where it fell apart. Second episode is where it fell apart. Even though the first episode was an improvement, it still wasn't up to the level that we needed to be up. But as I said, there was enough in it for people to be interested enough in it to watch it. And then we got, as I said, we got the second episode. Now, it'll be interesting to see how many of those people will watch the third episode because they got some excitement at the end of Spyfall 1 and Spyfall 2. Now, this next episode, if I'm correct, is not written by Chibnall. So it'll be interesting now to see how his writers, the new writers that he's got on board, write an episode. So Sunday is going to be very interesting. Again, is it up against Dancing on Ice every week? Because I don't watch Dancing on Ice, but if anybody could tell me, is it actually up against Dancing on Ice every week? Because if that's the case, I'm sorry, I said it last week and I was right. It's going to get murdered. Whoever scheduled this um, is an idiot, but on the same token, we should be actually giving that person a big slap on the back because he's actually helping us in our cause to have this whole showrunner and his writing team out the door. They all need to go. They all need to be handed their P45s and all need to be thrown out. Right, I'm going to bring Daniel on. The stream went, so we'll stay on till about 11:15. It's quarter to now, so I'll give Daniel a ring. We'll get him on. Now I don't have the speakers connected today, so I'm just going to put Daniel on loudspeaker tonight. But hopefully we'll be able to hear him. Hey, wife. Yeah. Right. Right, I hope you can hear him when he comes on.
Oh no.
How are you, Daniel? How are you?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Good man. Could you do us a favor? I can actually hear an echo in the background there. If you wouldn't mind just turning the volume down a little bit.
Yeah, so keep it.
Okay. Right, Daniel. We've got about a half an hour, so I'll just get straight into it. Let's talk about Spyfall 2. Actually, okay. So you've seen Spyfall 1 and you've seen Spyfall 2.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts now after watching those first two episodes?
I thought Spyfall, the first part was actually okay. Still, I don't know if it was 6 out of 10 for part number 1, right? But see, the problem is so all that has been like tossed down the drain because I'm sorry, Spyfall Part 2 actually shattered my hopes and dreams for this show. It was just a complete and utter abomination from start to finish. Second part, so part 1 gave me false hope, and I was actually stupid. Enough to actually go into part 2 with a bit of hope, and by God, that looked like a complete and utter idiot now, to be honest.
Look, you're not the only one, because after the first episode, I have to admit, I was like, this is an improvement. Let's see where he goes with this. And you're right, it was just, I didn't like the second episode as much as I liked the first one, I have to admit. And it's just that ending, that ending to that episode is just. But can I ask you about the ending of that episode? So Gallifrey destroyed. Your thoughts?
Oh my God! I had a tear in my eye because I know exactly where it's heading, and I'm like, I'm seeing the exact same point where this is heading now. To be honest with you, that's what kind of has put me off watching any more episodes now, even if I usually boycott the rest of the series, I wasn't going to continue anyway, because that made me so upset and so angry. Now, as you probably you've seen on Sunday night on your panel that you had, like I was far from happy. I was raging simply because, right, as you said, he's got rid of Gallifrey, Oxford, and Una. How much more retconning of the show's past is he going to do before before the show gets totally obliterated? It's unacceptable. Now, I haven't been a fan for as long as you, but I've got myself so emotionally invested in everything Doctor Who related, including the audios here. So, like, I know what I'm talking about when it comes to the show. I don't mean to blow my own trumpet here. So, like, I'm badly hurting because of that.
No, Daniel, I get you. I mean, I let out a big scream beside Cheryl. I said he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it because, I will say one thing. That scene where Jodie does come out of the TARDIS and she's looking, but you don't see what has happened. I knew by her face, right? And it's the first time I've known by Jodie Whittaker's face that he had actually done it. And I said to Cheryl, and I said, the I can't say the bad word has done it. The bad word has done it. I was just, I seriously, I just sat there with my mouth open in shock. And you know what? I've heard people defend this, right? And here's the thing, and the same we're overreacting and stuff. But see, here's the thing: you don't get it. Fans have wanted to see Gallifrey back for so long. And we could see what actually all this means. Yous are just not. I'm sorry, but you aren't intelligent enough to realize that basically he's trying to retcon everything, and this timeless child thread is only going one way. And I'm sorry for you all in Doctor Who land, but the Time Lords lied, and you're gonna find out what the reason is. And I'm not gonna say it just in case this video gets copyrighted or this stream gets copyrighted. But all I can say is the future is female.
And I mean, it's totally ridiculous because it's basically trampling over Hartnell's with say, and every other doctor that's assumed the role. And let me tell you this, right? I went through a range of emotions in that episode, a range of negative emotions, sadness, anger, and then, like I said, right, that there's no hope for the show now, so I might as well give Eve for the show, because it's basically dead. And even if BBC actually get their stuff together and actually bring in a new showrunner, it's actually damaged beyond the repair now, in my opinion. Even if the BBC do an overhaul, I'm not sure it's enough to bring myself back to the show, because let me tell you, the show has insulted everybody's intelligence in that live chat for almost 3 years. And, like, to be honest, Splicky, I would rather see the show get cancelled rather than being dragged through the mud any further. And I never thought I would say that about my favourite show, but that's how I feel.
No, that I can actually hear the emotion in your voice as you're actually talking, and it's actually quite sad because a lot of fans, they real Doctor Who fans, real Whovians actually could see what's coming and see what they're gonna do with all of this, and they know and they're gutted. These newer fans haven't got a clue, and it's only when it's too late they will realise, and then they might be of the same opinion of us as well because it's look, Doctor Who's legacy is going to be in tatters after
Yeah.
this. All that history, all those men, and I'm proud to say it, all those men
Yeah.
that played that role will be disrespected. It's as simple as that. And that's what he wants to do. And he is an absolute, and I can't say it, but he's an absolute moron. I think I can say that. He's an absolute
Yeah.
moron. He should be ashamed of himself. He calls himself a Doctor Who fan. No Doctor Who fan writes like that. And Lone Wolf did actually say something here. And I know you want to jump in, Daniel, but I did see this comment actually. Where is it? Because I wanted to read it out, but I wanted to give you a chance to finish what you had to say.
Yeah.
But this was a great little comment. Where is it? They put a comment up. It was something about
Yeah.
David Tennant's. Where is it?
Yeah.
There it is. Lone Wolf wrote. Lone Wolf wrote. Tennant's swan song was devastating and brilliant. When it's Jodie's time, we'll all be sat there with popcorn and party poppers, and that's exactly the way it will be. You're right, 100%.
But I just, but like, I want to make another point because obviously you want to pop tonight and spend time with Cheryl, but we're like, I'll make that point before you pop the stream, right? Obviously, I don't know if you've seen many critics or cast about the bit where they put up a hellbent where the Time Lords actually say to Capaldi's doctor or Gallifrey's out the pocket universe. Now obviously because Chibnall is such a hack, he never even bothered his backside in order to pay attention to that fact, so he's made himself out to be an even bigger moron, basically, in my view.
No, I have. He sent it to me. He actually sent it to Balstrack as well, who actually mentioned it in his video. And I will actually say, I will actually give Matrix Lauren and El shout out there and say, good spot as well, mate, because most of us actually had forgotten that because Hellbent is so hated by this fandom that we probably didn't pay attention. But thanks to you and fair play to you, man, because he must be called out on that. But you're right, he is a hack, and we've said this that he is a hack even before, even when he was announced. There was people out there saying he's a hack. Doctor Who's in trouble, and look where we are now. Look where we are now. Look at. I know at the end of Peter Capaldi, bad. Right, we all know that, right? That it wasn't Peter's fault. It was just it was Moffat was coming to an end, but it was bad, right? We knew it was bad. But did anybody ever envision it getting this bad? No, not at all. But as soon as Chris Chibnall was cast, then everybody was like, he's a hack. It's finished. It's done. Game over. Done.
So like enough, son of basically, I'm sick and tired of getting my face slapped every week, every time I sit down and watch an episode. It's getting to the point where I can't even sit down and watch a classic Who episode or a new Who episode previous to this era, because as you always have you'll always have your brain say to yourself, ha ha, look at you just sitting watching a show when I know, and my brain always tells me, look at what this show's become, like all the way through, like a previous episode that I enjoy, and it's constantly getting at me. To be honest with you, that's how much this show has fallen in my estimation. And the thing about it is, this is my favourite franchise, if you want to call Doctor Who that, of all time. And to see it being treated with such disrespect really does aggravate me, to be honest with you. That's why my second, and that's why my second stream, I wanted to show people that I can be positive, and that's why I kind of diverted to the big finish audios, because you can see the quality there, and it's fans like us that are writing the episodes, and if BBC had any brain cells left, they'd get rid of Chibnall and his staff and hire some of the Big Finish writers, because the Big Finish writers cater for everybody in the fandom, and not just a small subculture of the fandom. It's ridiculous.
I agree. What was it? I seen another comment there, and it says Matrix Lord summed it up brilliantly. Chibs is going to leave a scar that cannot be fixed. Exactly. I agree with that. That's a nice little way of putting it. I mean, it's not looking too good at all. And as I said, even if the writing is an improvement, fans are telling the BBC that they've had enough. Now, how long will it take the BBC to react? We will have to wait and see. But Daniel, another 300,000 loss in the ratings. Now, what I've heard is that the catch-ups are going to have over 1 million. A million, but the figures haven't been, as far as I know, the figures haven't actually been released yet. I'll have to check it up later on and actually see. But even if that's the case, right? Okay, that brings it up to 5 million plus, right? But it's still under 6 million. That's not great, is it?
No, I mean, see, to be honest with you, it's overnights that should be the BBC's
main concern.
Spreading for utter concern, because back during the Critical days, you never even had catch-up. So catch-up still a relatively new concept. So I'm sorry to all the bots that are using that as an excuse, but that is that is a Pauline and Bowie can excuse. It's the overnights that the BBC should really be concerned about. And to be honest with you, I hope to God it drops again, as this show needs to be put out of its misery. It's like a dog with it's like a dog with rabies or what. If I just put the show out its misery.
Yeah, I agree. Someone said getting rid of Chibnall would only cost a couple of million. Look, I don't care how much it costs. You get rid of Chibnall, you get rid of Jodie Whittaker, you get rid of his staff of writers, you get rid of everybody from the top down, right? You might have to pay compensation. So what? In the long run, you will make all that money back if you can produce something that the fans can get behind. So BBC, if you're listening, which I think you are because you wasted me last live stream, If you are listening, get rid. Told you already. It's the only way.
And see, to be honest with you, like, I like the new master, right? I like Sasha myself, right? But to be honest with you, it's such a shame that he was cast in such an abomination, because I think he would have benefited if he was cast a lot sooner than what he was, basically, because, like, it's an insult to a guy of his talents to be cast in his era, and like to the people that are bashing his performance. Well, he was good in the adventure of space and time, and he was good in the big Finish Anish Paul McGann series. The archives box set for the E and stuff like that, and he's been so kind to the fan base as well. So don't you're slagging him off either. The guy's gone out his way to be kind to fans, and it's kind of refreshing to see an actor that is connected with the show treat the fans with the respect they deserve.
Yeah, I agree. He's been a ray of light in the fandom. I have to say, he's really treated these fans really well, and I love him as the master. Stephen Cassidy says, "I don't think there's anyone who can replace him. It's the end of the road." And Leland, all right. I don't know. Okay, obviously the message wasn't. What have we got there? That's it. But Daniel, I mean, actually, I just want to say something. Actually, Daniel did a stream on Big Finish. He's doing a few Big Finish audios. So if you could go and support the Big Finish streams that he does. Look, I know Big Finish is a niche little corner, but it is gaining popularity. And Daniel does reviews of audios. So if you have been interested in listening to Big Finish but aren't sure, Daniel's streams, trust me, are the ones to be listening to. So please go and watch that latest video on Daniel's channel. It's his name, so he'll put his name up on the live stream. Actually, if any of me moderators are here, if you could put Daniel's channel in the live chat, I really appreciate it.
Yeah, and I was actually quite positive in my ego, even I'm not, and like, I know you haven't really heard me be positive about anything up to really since I've got talking to you, but that is the most positive I've been about Doctor Who for like over 3 years, and it's kind of ironic that a small independent company is starting to bring a bit of joy to me in regards to Doctor Who. If BBC put as much effort in as Big Finish, I wouldn't be on here trashing my favourite show every time I come on here though, and like the progression every see this is what the show has actually done to me, in my opinion. I mean, but you should have got the Big Finish audios to keep us going, because the show is going to ultimately get cancelled, and Big Finish will end up picking up the soul. Again, like it did when the series went off the air at the tail end of the 80s, basically. I'm telling you that's the only that's the only sort of that's the only sort of arm that this show will survive on eventually is the big finish audios. So start getting into the big finish audios now, basically.
Exactly. And if you want to check out some Big Finish audio reviews, Daniel's channel is now in the live chat. Please do us a favor. Please give the guy a sub. He is a friend of the Tardis Zone. He's been with me since the very beginning. What's it, 50 subs or something, Daniel?
Yeah, 59, I think.
59 subs. Daniel's been with me from the very beginning. So supporting him would mean a lot to me. So if you could go and support him, watch his streams, share his streams. As I say, YouTubers will depend on their subscribers a lot more than they usually do when it comes to sharing streams and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Good word of mouth as well also helps. So please subscribe to his channel if you haven't already, and check out his first two streams that he had up. Now, he did have an original stream that he was trying out, but he took that down. And he has, you will, because when you go on, you'll probably get a bit confused because he has a live stream too. But that was the second time he tried to put the live stream up that he got it right, because he was only learning like we all were when we first go on to YouTube. So check that stream out, and then he has another one that is specifically about Big Finish. So
and that one's a lot more, and that one's a lot more, and that one's a lot more serious because it does actually bring a smile to my face when I actually talk about it. So I am a bit more cheerier, and I do answer a lot of questions about Big Finish and other stuff, and that I stream as well.
yeah, because you're on, you do it on StreamYard, don't you? So you put the comments up as well, don't you? Yeah, good little tool to have. It's just a pity. I will say one thing, and I just want to say to StreamYard, thank you for creating the app. And I know I shouldn't be really giving out about the free part of it, but 20 hours for YouTubers is not good enough on the free one. You know, even 25, 30 hours would be a huge improvement, to be quite honest with you. If you could do that, that'd be fantastic. But I'm looking at upgrading. I think a lot of people are now as well. We're still trying to figure out if it's worth it or not. Or do I go and learn another app completely? But StreamYard seems to be the simplest. So yeah, we'll see. I see Ed has to go. Ed, thanks for popping in, mate. You have a good night. We'll be leaving pretty soon ourselves because the first stream, unfortunately, it just went, but it wouldn't stop, so I had to take it down. So we lost that stream. So we were already on for about an hour with this stream, and we're on an hour now. So we do around 2.5 hours now normally when we don't do the StreamYard ones. But I will be on a lot more than I normally am on. I will be doing a lot more, as I said, article videos. I might go live on some. I might go live on them all, actually. Do what the other YouTubers do and go live, talk about an article, get your thoughts and opinions on it. And, so yeah, instead of doing the slideshow ones, because, some people like them and some people don't. And, I'm trying to keep people happy. Lone Wolf with a £5 super chat. And thank you. Love your channel, Noel. As long as people like yourself keep calling them out, this woke phase will pass and we can return to what we love. Yeah, Daniel, that's actually a good point by Lone Wolf there. And thank you for that super chat from the UK. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, Lone Wolf has a point. I mean, it's up to the fans now, and I mean the real fans of these franchises, not the ones that are getting all the attention. We're talking about the fans that have watched this show from the beginning and don't like this show right now and are worried about where it's going. You're the guys that have to help in this fight now. And don't worry, there's a couple of the New Who fans that, have been sucked in so far, right? But didn't like Series 11. They will soon see what's happening with this series and they will be back in the fold. So I wouldn't be worrying about that. But the newspapers, you obviously heard me earlier on, and we've got a few minutes left. Well, we've got about 10, 15 minutes left. But that article by The Guardian, though, is a turning point, Daniel.
Yeah. Because The Guardian, for example, was one of the biggest readers for this era. Now, basically, it is a bit of a turning point here. I mean, like, eventually, what I'm hoping to see from it is the rest of all the newspapers and whatever eventually start to come around to the idea and actually give a more true opinion, because maybe then the BBC might start to concede that this era's been a failure, because I'm being honest with you, a lot of the critics and newspapers will have to eventually turn around and hold to their hands up as well, because then that's the only sort of sense that the BBC will have to even and admit that they made a huge error with this whole regime. Basically, it's been a complete and utter and utter abomination from start to finish. From the minute Chris Chibnall got used to the anthem and the show, he has basically destroyed it since day number one, and he should be ashamed of himself, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know what to do. Do you know what? I've ran out of things to say about Chris Chibnall. I mean, BBC, again, I'll directly say it to you again, you need to get rid. I mean, come on. But here, the newspapers turning is a good thing, because people think that the newspapers don't have any power anymore because of the whole hacking nonsense, right? But they have over the years regained some sort of power. So if all the newspapers start turning on Doctor Who, well, then BBC is not going to be able to ignore that, because then what happens is if the newspapers start picking up on it, the public's opinion will change. The public's opinion will change if the newspapers breeze this way, blows that way. If they blow that way, public opinion will change that way. It's important that the newspapers start addressing this, and it's good to see a newspaper like The Guardian. Now we need a newspaper like The Independent and all those other so-called decent newspapers need to start coming out and saying the same thing.
And I felt it was kind of ironic as well that you put up the screenshot earlier. The Doctor Who annual for obviously the year that is selling at €2. That should automatically have been another trigger, I guess, for the BBC to start to make changes in regards to the merchandise, because like I know I'm going to piss off a few of the J-bots here, right? And I mean, I'm sorry for that just slipped out. I apologise, but basically as well, no, like, and that should tell you that she's been nothing but a cancer to the merchandise sales.
Well, say that again. Sorry, Daniel. I just seen something about merchandise sales there, and I just.
And I was just saying that, like, see, because of the magazine and all that, and like the angles that are out for the series, like, basically, if you put Jodie Whittaker and all the covers and the annuals and the magazines, you're instantly going to lose cash, basically. And she's a cancer to the merchandise. So that is also this is also a bizarre move that this series has been allowed to continue. Now I know what you're going to say about the HBO deal, but in all honesty here, the BBC shouldn't even hear about that, to be honest. So if you Doctor Who's in cash cow, and if it's performing this badly, I don't really see the point in them continuing to drag it through the mud. Basically, it's pointless if you're not going to do anything sort of with it again. Just cancel it.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't think they will cancel it, Daniel, because they do know that when done right, it can be this cash cow. Again, as I said, anybody from the BBC listening, look, just make the decision that has to be made and give them all their P45s. Even a blind man could see that this is going down the shitter. And now I'm at the drop of one. Great. So me and Daniel have both dropped one. Who gives a crap? But we won't drop any more just in case they let us away with those two. But there you go. But it's gone down the crapper, right? Blind man can see that this has gone down the crapper. There, I actually replaced the word that with crapper. There.
Yeah, and by the way, like I didn't actually into it. That slip. I was on a roll basically.
I know. It happens, Daniel.
On a roll, I forget.
It happens. Yeah. Sure, look. Jesus, I've heard worse. Trust me, I've heard worse. I mean, just before I let you go, Daniel, we've lost 300,000 now. How do you think? Do you think episode 3 is going to gain or lose viewers first of all?
Well, again, it's up against that dancing on ice, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you're basically already starting to see the cannibalization, if that's even a word. But there you go. You're basically starting to see the cannibalization even further at the ratings, and as long as it's going up against Dancing on Ice, the ratings again will take a severe nosedive, to be honest with you. So my prediction is that it's going to go down even further from next week's episode.
I'll give you the opportunity to give it a how many 100,000 do you think it'll lose this time? It lost 300,000. So how many do you think it'll lose in the overnights? Do you want to take a little guess? And I'll actually write it down, right, to see if you get it right. We'll see if you get close, right? So because you were a guest on tonight, we're going to put Daniel's prediction down. So, Daniel, and I will keep this piece of paper so we can show people. Right? So, Daniel's going to make a prediction for us all. Right? Right, Daniel's over night.
Right, well, I'm going to be actually say maybe another 300,000.
Right. Have I got that right? 300,000 is 2 zeros, isn't it? Yeah. Right. No, yeah, no, I get confused sometimes. No, there it is. That is right. 300,000. Right. So Daniel's overnight losses, don't mind that is a zero. I just did something stupid there. Right here, we'll do the three. Hold on, watch. Look, we'll do the three of them so it doesn't look that stupid. Right. All of them. There. Right, so yeah, we'll do it again. So it look clever. Right. So Daniel has said the overnight's loss will be another 300,000. I am actually going to be a bit more. Do you know what I'll do? I'll do a prediction as well.
Yeah.
Right. Now we're talking about how many losses, right? In viewers, right? So we're not actually talking about what you think the rate will be. Like someone has put 3.9. Like we lost 300,000 an episode. So how many do you think it will lose for the next episode? Is the question we're actually asking. So mine Noel. So we put Noel.
Yeah.
Noel's overnight. Loss will be I'm going to go 367,000.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
367,000 because I do believe it's going to be it could be 350. So I'm just going to be a little clever. So that's me. So I'm 367,000 and Daniel is 300,000. So some people are saying 1 million. Because Gallifrey is being destroyed, says Charlotte. Charlotte, you know what? I know it sounds a bit far-fetched, right? And I know Daniel has said no as well. And I do tend to agree with Daniel. But you know what? I wouldn't dismiss that wholeheartedly now, to be quite honest. Do you know what, Charlotte? I will put you down because you said 1 million, right? So I'll put you down and we'll see how close you get, right? So me, Daniel, and Charlotte now are calling it. So Charlotte is going to say, right, because this will make it interesting, right?
Yeah, that is interesting.
Right.
Charlotte,
so 1 million.
So has anybody else got any predictions? Come on, I know some predictions out there in the hat. Because I cannot see this show increasing in any viewers and so long as it goes up against Dancing on Ice.
Right, hold on. Where's need a piece of paper? Hold on, Daniel. Just give me a bit of that. Right, so sorry, the pen went a bit wonky there. So, oh Jesus, no, you're a disaster. Right, so Charlotte is 1 million.
Yeah, and Ulf said, I'll wait till you're finished writing.
Right. So Daniel predicts 300,000. I predict 367,000, and Charlotte chooses 1 million. Right, so we'll take a few more of your comments. Daniel, just do me a favor, actually. Just before I let you go there, mate, just give your channel an else shout out. We have actually put it in the live chat as well, but just let everybody know what kind of videos you do in your channel and what your latest video is about. And then
basically my latest I stream is basically about like finish, and I did this all I will very view always be because I stayed with like finish upset, which is basically his which is basically his kind of generation story, and then for the second half of the stream, I basically gave a bit of background how I've started to get into Big Finish, and I also answered a few questions as well. So it's just my aim in the life chat is what I should put.
Yeah, Chris had actually put the link to your channel actually in the live chat there. Listen, Daniel, as always, it's been a pleasure having you on. We haven't actually done this in a while, and when I was doing the phone in, yourself and Blue Bonnet, I asked Blue Bonnet to come on, but Blue Bonnet actually is in work, so we'll see you soon, Blue Bonnet. Enjoy work, but thanks for coming on, mate. I really appreciate it. Is there anything else I know you want to say something there? What?
And I did actually give your channel a shout out again at the start of the stream. There's a whole host of these I gave a shout out to, but you were actually basically on the channels that I shouted out my life stream to, as I want people to hear your opinions and your reviews for this series, because I've really enjoyed your channel ever since I discovered that, and I enjoy coming on here and chatting to you and everything. So that's all I have to say for tonight.
Listen, Daniel, and thanks for your kind words on Twitter as well. Actually, they were really appreciated when you said you were going to stand by this channel. I really appreciate everything that you've said about the channel, and I appreciate you coming on tonight as well. Again, it was short notice. It was just, I was going to go on my own and just talk, but I said, why not bring Daniel on? Because we normally used to do the live phone-ins, but we do the panels now. So and Chris has put Daniel's channel back up on the live chat there again just now. So if you haven't subscribed, please do. Listen, Daniel, pleasure having you on as always, mate. And if I have a panel on next week, I will bring you on as a guest as well if you're up for it, not mate.
Anything you find, I'm always up for coming on for a panel. You know what I'm like, because I enjoy it.
No problem, mate. Listen, thanks for coming on, Daniel. I really appreciate it. And listen, you have a good week, and I'll talk to you the weekend, my friend.
Okay, I'll talk to you the weekend, mate.
See you later, Daniel. Bye bye.
Yeah.
See you, man. See you. And that was Daniel, everybody. We always have Daniel on when we do phone in, so I just thought it was appropriate that if I was going to bring someone on, that it'd be Daniel anyway. And Daniel, again, really appreciate you coming on. If you haven't subscribed to Daniel's channel, he does some Big Finish audios, but he'll also be talking about Doctor Who, but he wanted to change it up a bit because he's interested in Big Finish and he's been getting into it and he has enjoyed it quite a lot and he wants to share that with people because he wants people to get interested in Big Finish because Doctor Who is not going too well. And, you know, Big Finish is not a bad alternative at all. And Daniel will actually, like, you know, review it. So if you have been interested in getting a Big Finish but you're not quite sure, Daniel's channel is the channel that you need to be subscribing to. And also, when we do get him on here, he likes to talk a little bit about Big Finish as well. And, you know, don't mind that because, like, the more people start checking out Big Finish, the better, in my opinion. Thanks for coming on, Daniel. He'll probably pop up in the live chat there again, Chris. But thanks for putting those his channel up in the live chat. And thanks. I think you're the only moderator here today. So I want to thank you very much for moderating tonight. I really appreciate it. Big Finish don't do Doctor Who, of course. Yes, they do other audios as well. Big Finish do have a large selection. Will Starry-Eyed Girl be coming on your show? Well, she didn't want to come on last week because she was upset, like most fans were, to that ending of Spyfall 2. We haven't. I will ask her to come on, but I think a lot of fans are fed up right now with Doctor Who. But I will ask if she comes on. I mean, I think she's. We've got the rabbi from another universe. He's a panelist. We've got Blue Bonahuvian, and we've also got Blue Bonahuvian's husband. And hopefully Starry-Eyed Girl comes back into the fold if she can stomach watching Doctor Who again. You know, but we'll be bringing on, as I said, we'll be bringing on other guests as well. It's just we have a bit of a permanent panel, and then we'll be bringing on a couple of guests to join us as well. So, yeah, we will be reviewing. I'll let you know what's happening with the Orphan 55 panel. As I said, you know, see what's happening is when you do this upgrade thing, they want the money kind of in advance. And you know, it's just when it comes to computers and bank cards, it's not really, you know, not really a fan of that. But we'll see what happens. But I'll let you know if it's happening or not. If not, it'll be a phone in. But no, it's the rabbi from another planet. Oh, I keep saying another universe. Yeah, it's the rabbi from another planet. Actually, check out his channel as well. Check out all the panelists actually that I do have on. Blue Bonahuvian obviously has a channel. Check out the rabbi from another planet. Yeah, and obviously check out Daniel's channel, Nerdaholics, another great channel there. Check those two lads out. I was supposed to have a panel with Nerdaholics and Daniel last Monday, but my StreamYard ran out. This is what I was actually a bit annoyed because my StreamYard ran out because it was the first time I was going to get the two lads on together with Daniel and no bloody StreamYard hours left. So I was actually gutted over that. So I actually spoke to the lads privately anyway, but just to say it to the lads here publicly, to the Nerdaholics and Daniel, sorry about that, but we will rearrange again. Don't worry, I'm always asking the Nerdaholics to come on, and I know once they're on, Daniel, you're on first, so I won't have to ask you because you'll be available. But I'll keep asking. I'll ask the Nerd. They said we rearrange anyway, so it's not it's not the end of the world. Blue Bonnets is up there. We've got Matrix Lords up there, and we've got the Rabbi from Another Planet YouTube channel up there as well. And don't forget, guys, if you are new to my channel and you're watching me right now, don't forget to subscribe to my channel also. And remember, these guys as well as channels, don't forget, share the videos. Word of mouth is always a good way to promote, because as we said, us YouTubers will be relying on you subscribers a little bit more often now because of YouTube's new copy rules. Bunch of idiots, really. They've actually shot themselves in the foot. They didn't have to go down this route, but this is the route that they chose, and they're idiots. So just before we finish the stream, remember, Charlotte thinks another million will be wiped off the viewers for the next episode. Daniel thinks that there will be 300,000 losses for the next episode, but I'm saying there's going to be 367,000 losses for this episode. So on the next stream, we will see who's right. And thank you, everybody who actually sent me a super chat tonight. I really thanks. I'm actually blown away, and I appreciate it. So we had Lone Wolf that sent us one. I think Chris, wasn't it? Chris sent us one, and Ian sent us a couple as well. I'm just trying to go back. I'm still only learning all this thing to see where you can read your super chats and all and stuff. But I want to thank you guys and everybody that sent me one, and everybody that has sent messages of encouragement as well. Really appreciate it. Messages of support. We appreciate it. Right. I'm off now, lads and ladies, and everybody out there, wherever you identify as. I'm off now, so I will. I'll have another video tomorrow. Don't know what it is, but we might go live for a couple of minutes while I do an article or so. Maybe a little half-hour stream. I would like the little half-hour, 45-minute ones that the lads do for an article. Enjoyed the chat. Thanks very much. Have a great night, says Chris. Thank you, guys. I will talk to you tomorrow. And as I said, slideshows, videos will be kind of phased out, and we'll be doing more of me reading out articles, and we'll have a little discussion on it. So I'll talk to you on, what is it? It's Wednesday now, isn't it? So I'll talk to you all on Friday. Have a good one. And until the weekend, bye-bye. Stay safe. And thoughts and prayers, as I said, to everybody in Australia at the moment. Horrible, horrible situation. But we're thinking of you all. And Ian, especially you, as you're there right now. Stay safe. And anybody else that's from Australia, please stay safe. We will talk to you soon. Talk to you on Friday. Bye, folks. Good night.